becoming unbearable. But then I'd like to also, give you a little bit of a simmer of hope right there, telling you that, hey man, whatever it is, we've been through worse. We would go through this, but the only thing is, it seems as though resilience is now being taken for granted, don't you think? But however, we would not stop being the individuals that we are, because we are indeed very important personality. And I want to admonish you that as much as you can, if whatever it is that you have to cut, if you have to cut cost here and there, do well to cut cost, and let's just live through, right? Because it won't be this way always, right? I'd like to greet you in the way that I know how to. I'd like to say a karo. I'd like to say nakwana. I'd like to say ndewonu. I'd like to greet you in my dialect as well, a messiere. And finally, una. Good morning. My name is Udwak Daniel. Call me UD, and that is fine. And this is welcoming you to Eagles Morning Rises, the pages, right? Eagles Morning Rise comprises of a couple of segments right there. The first, of course, it would be inspiring you, giving you some great tunes, gospel and all of that, and then taking it, of course, into secular that makes sense to start your morning. And then we get to the pages, which we are in right now. And then after now, at exactly 8 o'clock, would be time for Vika Vic to take you on a tour in sports on Eagles Wings. And finally, for the Eagles Morning Rise show, we bring to you at 9 a.m. what we call Eagles Outlook, right? Is our political and current affairs prog show right here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, where we give you and serve you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And as you well know, the pages is that very segment of Eagles Morning Rise that allows for you to add your voice in the discourse as we flip through the front pages of Nigerian newspapers, just to allow you get some intimacy or intimate you as to what is going on in our dear country, Nigeria. I was having a chat with someone on Facebook, and we got talking, and I spoke about politics and all of that, and she'd be like, I'm not interested, man. I'm not interested in all of this. Come on, they should just do what they want to do, and I'm going to just live my life. My aim is to make money, she says. And I said, what if there is no country for you? Where are you going to make money from? And then she paused and thought about it and be like, okay, now that makes sense. Okay, you know what? I'll just try. Okay, and that's what I want to tell you too. If you are like her, sharing in that view of hers, please try, because politics is something that should cover not me, but you. Everybody is a political animal according to political science that is. But personally, I feel that we are politicians. One way or the other, we make decisions. As much as we affect choices and demand, supply, and all of that, we are politicians. Well, thank you for also getting across via the YouTube channel right there. Do well to subscribe at Eagles FM Abuja, as well as our Facebook page wall, which is at Eagles FM Abuja. Give us a like, give us a following, and make our stomach go totori or small. Yeah. Together we grow, together we become an entity that cannot be thrown aside. And I also want to encourage you that, look, do not imbibe the culture of silence, because silence means your mouth being shut, and you already know what they say. A closed mouth might just be a closed destiny. I don't want that for you, right? Okay, so, well, I'd like to intimate you, as I always do. I'll let you in on at least the 10 things that you ought to know today before we jump into the pages. I tell you, it's really hot on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers today, but might I also drop the numbers into your audiovisual sensation, and that would be you adding +234, that is outside the shores of Nigeria, but for us here, we already know the drill, right? +234, and then followed by these numbers, 0907 353 0044, the other number 0908 766 8888, the WhatsApp portal number that allows you to engage with us in the studio right here, as well as the rest of the world. Send your voice note, send your WhatsApp message, and text message would be 0909 705 4450. Yeah, now let's get on to the things that you ought to know today. It is very important that you know these things so that it gives you a heads up as to, what's happening. Now, a high court in Kano State on Monday fixed next May 16, 2024 for ruling on whether the court will allow service through substituted means to respondents in the case between the Kano state government and former governor Abdullahi Ganduje and 8 others. Ganduje, his wife Hafsat, and son Umar and 5 others are defendants in the suit. Now, former Super Eagles winger, Finidi George, has been named the senior men's national team's new head coach by the Nigeria Football Federation, that is the NFF. So congratulations, Finidi George. And in case you didn't know, he is 52 years old. So the former 52-year-old the 52-year-old former Real Betis and Ajax Amsterdam attacker was given the reins after the NFF board approved the suggestion of its technical and development committee, according to a statement released on Monday, April 29. But let's take you to something that has to do with court matters again, right? Don't worry, I'm going to be taking you here and there, so just follow me. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has issued an interim order empowering the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to freeze about 1,146 bank accounts belonging to individuals and companies. The EFCC claimed it was investigating the affected account over alleged allegations of unauthorized dealing in foreign exchange, money laundering, and terrorism financing. Such accounts exist. Are you serious? Please, EFCC, freeze more. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has released the 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME results. So the examination, which began on Friday, April 19, ended yesterday, Monday, April 29. Well, some supporters of All Progressives Congress, APC, stormed the secretariat of the ruling party in Abuja on Monday to register their displeasure with those allegedly plotting anarchy in the party. So the protesters alleged that some external forces were behind the recent purported suspension of the national chairman of the party, Abdullahi Ganduje. Well, Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu has said $10 billion is needed yearly for the next 10 years to revive the nation's power sector and nip in the bud the challenges bedeviling it. Are we just noticing this now for the first time? Shouldn't this be something that should have been in the process for a long time? Well, then they say better late than never, right? The minister said this when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Power for investigative hearing over the recent electricity tariff hike by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC. How many of you noticed that there's not been power supply all through yesterday? Well, the most part of Abuja, though. Right. But then, National Chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has described the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, as a party of failed politicians. That is big to say. Speaking while addressing a coalition of support groups who were at the APC National Secretariat on a solidarity visit, he alleged that the NNPP leaders were sponsoring protests as part of efforts to remove him as APC helmsman. Alrighty, but what do they gain to do that? Alrighty, we'll just look at it and see how it unfolds. A Competition and Consumer Protection Tribunal, CCPT, sitting in Abuja on Monday, restrained MultiChoice Nigeria Limited from increasing its tariffs and cost of products and services scheduled to begin on May 1. Okay, finally some sense. Okay, now let's get on to the front pages. Are we going to the front pages already? Am I exhausted just yet? Well, I'll just let it be right there. Let us stop it there, and then we will just jump into the front pages of Nigeria newspapers already. Are you excited? Are you ready? Because I am very much ready. Be sure to also imbibe the attitude, the character, the value of given some levels of civility and responsibility. It is very important, okay? Very, very important. I will point that out because if you don't, as an umpire, I'll do the needful. So don't be mad, right? Okay, don't be mad. We want to have civil and responsible persons, even though we know that emotions may run high, sentiments may run deeply. But come on, bring your A game. That's what I request of you. Right, the front pages now. Vanguard newspaper. I see the van. I see the guard. I see the guard beside the van. I guess that's why they call it the Vanguard. I'm just saying, though. Well, anyways, though, big story. Fare hike. Travelers, commuters groan as fuel scarcity bites harder. I'll take that one again. Fare hikes. Travelers, commuters groan as fuel scarcity bites harder. It's got a couple of riders though. We have adopted new strategy to end shortage. My man has got that one to say. A second rider, it will take a few days to eliminate queues. NNPC has finally come out to tell us. But another rider follows. Task Force raids filling stations in Ilorin, warns against hoarding. And the final one, as Lagos government warns against creating gridlock on roads. You would find that story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. But just before we go below to the base and the belly of the Vanguard newspaper, let me take you just above the Vanguard newspaper banner right there at the zenith, at the apogee, at the apex of it. Right now, this one has it. It says banks expand loan size by 57% to 37.2 trillion naira. Page 19 has got that story. Now let's take you to page 9. Illegal forex trading. Court okays EFCC's request to freeze 1,146 bank accounts. That's a lot. $10 billion required annually for 10 years to fix power sector. Federal government has got that to say. Page 4 heralds that story. DSTV Go TV rates hike. Tribunal stops multi-choice. Page 9 has got that story. Now let's get to the belly or the base of the Vanguard newspaper banner now. Terrorism, finance and court chides federal government over Shodi persecution of Tukur Mamu. Page 9 has got that story. 2024 UTME JAM releases 1,842,464 candidates. Result withholds 64,624. Page 4 has got that one now. And this one, of course, for the sport lovers, NFF appoints Venidi as coach of Super Eagles. You'd find the story on page 29. Now, away from the Vanguard newspaper now, let's take you to the Daily Trust newspaper. If you have trust issues, you might as well want to just stay with the Daily Trust newspaper. This story right here says, Uni Abuja female student died in accident. Family has got that one say. Quite a sad one. Page 6 has got that story. To page 19, Forex deal. CBN stops for fintechs from onboarding new customers. And to page 11 this time, NFF appoints Finidi George as Super Eagles head coach. Big story now on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. Why petrol scarcity persists. Marketers has got that to say. 2 riders to it. Work resumption disrupted in Lagos, Ogun. Second rider, transporters hike fares. Really, page 4 has got that one to say. And that's why, if you remember, when I first got talking to you, I said, how did you get to work? But thankfully, this is what we'll be talking about much later at 9 a.m. today. I know there's quite a number of things to talk about, but come on, this one really affects us more than every other thing as it stands. But let's look at the base of the Daily Trust newspaper. Federal government to Nigerians accept tariff hike or total blackout. Senate kicks. Accept tariff hike or total blackout. Senate kicks. And that's the federal government to Nigerians. Some strong statements there. Now let's look at this one. Bandit sacked me from 10,000 hectares farm. Bafarawa has got that to say. Page 22 has got that one now to page 28. 4 killed as gunmen attack mourners in Enugu community. 4 killed as gunmen attack mourners. Mourners, those who are mourning the dead in Enugu community. Okay, let's get on to this one now. Page 5. ASB syndicate arrested over abduction of 5 minors. Right. Moving away now from the Daily Trust newspaper, punching you with some punchiness from the Punch newspaper now. On this one, big story. Petrol hits 800 naira as 240 million liter vessels arrive. Page 29 has got that story. It's got 2 riders. 5 tanker vessels offloading PMS at Lagos Port. Independent marketers sell over 800 naira per liter. Second rider, black marketers charge 1,200 naira per liter. Motorists groan. Commuters lament rise in transport fare. Of course, you and I always have to bear the brunt of all of these. Well, then let's get on to this one now. The page is not very clear, so I'll just go straight to it. Tinubu will end economic sabotage. Shatima tells African leaders. Okay, now let's see this one now. Page 27 or 37, I beg your pardon. Says 2.4 billion US dollars forex claims fictitious, says CBN. Nurse accuses Lagos hospital of negligence over wife, son's death. That's a major double blast now. Not so good. Page 20 has got that one. 1.4 million UTME candidates scored below 200. Jamb has got that to say. Page 42 has got that story. And just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner now, I see this one. Edo workers hail Obaseki over 70,000 naira minimum wage. Who's not going to hail your governor if he puts a minimum wage for 70,000 just before the federal government says, announced what should be the official minimum wage? Well, you find that story on page 9 of the Punch newspaper. Now, let's get on to page 29. Customers panic as CBN bans OPay, Pound Pay, others new accounts. Alrighty, let's look at this one now. Federal government begins fresh bid rounds for oil blocks. Page 30. It's got that one. And the last one on the front page of the Punch newspaper. EFCC probes 1,146 frozen accounts for money laundering. Page 2 has got that story. Now let's take you on an eagle's wings now to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Nigerian Tribune newspaper has the story. Black marketers have field day as petrol sells for 1,000 naira per liter, and it's got 2 riders to it. Filling stations sell fuel between 650 naira and 900 naira. What's the difference with the black marketers though? But let's look at this one. Second rider, queues, transportation situation worsen, residents grown. Page 5 has got that story. Foreign exchange crisis, EFCC to freeze 1,146 individual company accounts. Find that story on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. It's got 1 writer to it. Account holders accused of illegal forex dealings, terrorism financing, money laundering. All right, that's what it is for that big story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Now let's take you to the Zenith, just at the very peak of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner. This one says, Labour sets to picket airlines over refusal to unionize workers. Page 28, and now to page 6, Edo to pay 70,000 naira minimum wage. Okay, Nigeria must spend 10 billion US dollars yearly till 2034 to revive power sector, says minister. And page 2 has got that story with 1 writer to it. Senators oppose new tariff regime. Okay, and this one right here at the belly of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, my suspension plot tied to 2027. Ganduje has got that to say. And in case you don't know, he's a national chairman of the APC, and is found on page 2, that story. Now, this one right here, page 13, over 30 Easter advert messages failed compliance test, and that's coming from Arcon. And this one, IMF projects growth in sub-Saharan Africa economy to hit 3.8%. Page 14 has got that one now. To page 2, prioritize workers' Nigerians' welfare. Labour tells federal government has got 1 writer to it, says poverty killing workers. That's a statement. Now let's get on to page 2 now. UTME results, 8,401. Candidates score above 3,300, I beg your pardon. Let me take that one again. UTME results, 8,401. Candidates score above 300. Of the millions that wrote their exams. Well, has got one right. A JAMB withholds result of 64,624 candidates. Now to the final one that I'll be taking with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper now. It says, Nigeria's economy has escaped sabotage phase. That is coming from the president, number one citizen of Nigeria there, and you'd find that story on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Now let's take it to the Nation newspaper. In case you're just tuning in though, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on. Catch us on Facebook and YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja and see what is going on in the studio. Give us a like, give us a following for the Facebook page wall, as well as for the YouTube channel. Do well to subscribe, right? That feels good. Now let's get on to the Nation newspaper now, as the big story has this one to say. Money laundering probe, EFCC swoops on 1,146 bank accounts. It's got one writer. Court okays freezing of accounts for unauthorized forex dealings, terror financing. And this one, NERC, NERC, okays 81,975 naira, 143,836 naira for meters. All right, page 4 has got that story. To page 3 now. Tribunal stops multi-choice rates hike. Okay. Now let's see what's happening right here. This one says we need the $100 billion in 10 years to fix electricity, says minister. Two writers. No supply, no payment of new rates. Okay. Second writer, senators seek reversal of tariff hike. Alrighty. Now, Petrol's Casti leaves Nigerians stranded. Yes. And then it's got one writer to it. Queues linger in Lagos, Abuja, major cities. Now to the apex of the Nation newspaper banner now. Front page, that is. Pro EFCC, pro Yahaya Bello protesters at agency headquarters. Quite a number of pro there. 3 pros precisely. I'll take that again. Pro EFCC, pro Yahaya Bello protesters at agency headquarters. News page 4 has got that story now. Still on news page 4. This one says, how I received $600,000 for Emefiele, ex-CBN director tells court. And to pages 3. Okay, to page 3, because the stories I'm about to bring to you audiovisual are both on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. Edo workers to earn 70,000 naira minimum wage from May. And to this other one from page 3, Ayedatiwa gets APC certificate of return. Look, what is done is done. Ayedatiwa is the person. Every other person can just calm down. I mean, it's just one party, aren't you? You all should serve, the same ideology and all. But anyways, though, you have the rights to reappeal. You have the rights to talk about your grievances and all of that. Yeah, it's okay to do that. But now let's get on to this one now. The Guardian newspaper is going to be the last one that will be taken before we start to hear your voices and get your reaction to some of these headlines that pops at you, jumps at you, tickles your fancy, or desires for your reaction. Now, the big story on the Guardian, on the front page of the Guardian newspaper right now, debts. Market monopoly hurts Nigerians as fuel subsidy backfires. All right, debts. Market monopoly hurts Nigerians as fuel subsidy backfires. Page 6 has got that story. And that controversial Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project. Okay, you want to find this editorial on the news page 12 of the Guardian newspaper. You should go get there and see what's going on out there. And this one, Nigeria begs US to repatriate more stolen funds. Yes, quite a number of funds out there that's been siphoned by some notable Nigerians, some people of the highs and the mighty fees of send monies there, London on precious money, right? And all of that there, and Nigeria's begging the US now and saying, hey, please repatriate more. You've done some, but please do more. Okay, news page 3 has got that one. African heads of state canvass 120 billion US dollars for continent's development. News page 5 has got that story. Obaseki announces 70,000 naira minimum wage for workers. News page 29 has got that one. I beg your pardon, 28. Take 1 out of 29, it becomes 28. Yeah, 8 million households to pay more for prepaid meters as NERC deregulates sector. News page 6 got that story, and this one right here says royal complicity. How monarchs, crooked officials fuel illegal mining insecurity in Southwest. You'd find that story on page 4. It's actually an analysis, so you want to go check it out. Get on to page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. And now this one says EFCC gets nod to freeze 1,146 bank accounts over FX crisis. News page 3 has got that story. No vacancy in Asarok. Ganduje tells Kwankwaso others. And you'd find the story on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. This is where we'll put a peg on it and of course officially get to hear from you. Number is, in case you missed it the first time, 0907 353 0044 or 0908 766 8888. WhatsApp portal number where you send your voice note to, you send your text message to, you send your WhatsApp message to, and the entire universe. As long as they have data in their gadgets, they get to hear. It's 0909-705-4450. Now let's get on to it already. I see this call. Let's go take it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Udos, my name is
Good morning to you. Blessing, BB.
This one with your mouth, what they do, it shall be well with you. I hope you see fair, but you have cards. Just show your card to ETA. If you don't have card, you are your own. God will bless Nigeria. May God connect you. That you only card alone, you go just flash out. They go say ETA, they go put door for you.
Right. Is that what's happening?
In this life, where are we going? If you know they work for government now, your name now, sorry. Abi, what I want to say, concern Edo State for Obaseki, where you want to increase minimum wage. I not tell Obaseki say no try.
Yeah.
He try well. Why is this now you want to increase? Now where you want this to go? How many months it remain for her? How many years it remain for her? May we check well. That money where you want to have for people's salary. May the person where he did there, may he start her first. May he hand over for her. Because that money now you go enter a pocket. You no go have that for people's salary. Yes, you see now another way, another method to strip our money where they make for that container. Because for that cycle now, where they tell you, I already cry for this lady. You don't know Edo, you don't know us. Now you say what to increase minimum wage. Half of that cycle whether you give us light. If they talk about road, they say na federal government now you go do the road, nobody go do road for us. You don't do school for us, you don't do market for us. Common water we no get that. Now you want to have minimum wage, make people say the membara. I pray if he come out, may it not be like this man where they pursue now, where EFCC they pursue, they never ready for that. Money for this man now, they work now because he is driving. He uses, can imagine somebody use Nigerian money, go to the outside country, go pay 10 months for a children's school fees, and you not pay workers. You not pay workers.
BB, Blessing, let's correct an impression. It's still it's an alleged issue. It's an alleged issue. So let's not say he's bribing or not. Okay. Well, I always say it. I know that emotions will really go high on this one. I mean, who can you really blame Nigerians for it? But as much as we can, all right, let's just stick to what is the facts and not go beyond what the fact states. Yeah, there is no place where we hear that there is a bribery going on with the ex-governor of Kogi State, talking about Yahya Bello. So let's just keep that away. All right, keep it away. Let's just face it, right? Well, there's still the conversation here, but I need to go pay some bills. When we come back, you already know I will definitely get to hear your thoughts on these issues. Don't go away.
102.3 Abuja.
Please listen to this announcement. A-Level School of Basic and Preliminary Studies announces admission into IGMB program for Maraba, Kubwa, and Suleja Resource Centers. IGMB is an acronym for Interim Joint Matriculation Board, moderated by Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, approved by the Federal Government of Nigeria, certified by JAMB for 200 level direct entry admission into any university without JAMB or post-UTME to study medicine and surgery, nursing science, law, engineering, or any other course of your choice. Hostel is available for all students. Cost of admission form is 15,000 naira from Sky Limit Studies, Mongao Plaza, behind Zinaria Secondary School, opposite Umar Farouk Global Enterprises, Maraba. Academic and non-academic staff can apply for immediate employment. For details, call the coordinator on 070 25 20 4933 070 25 20 4933 or 081 21 09 7007 081 21 09 7007. Announcer Management.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
You're tuning in and locked on to Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. I say this in strong authority. We got the bragging rights, and guess who gave it to us? You did. So thank you for the support so far. And yes, this is the pages on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. And my name is Utwak Daniel. We're still talking what is going on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers right there and taking your reaction. Hello, good morning. Okay, that's a miss. Keeping the calls coming through. Hello, good morning. Yes, Moses, good morning.
What is right?
Yeah, wonderful. Slept well, Moses. Trust you did too as well.
Right. God bless you.
Right. Moses, please help me project your voice. Voice is low at this time.
Okay. Right. I think regardless of the power sector, what is happening with all the banks that are being arranged, yet we are still facing this challenge of this power. That is why I make some illustration last time that there should be an investigation committee that will investigate this our power. Are they not industrial companies? They pay bills. Individuals pay bills. How do they manage those bills? I had just one of your headlines this morning that says that they need at about 10 million or 10 billion yearly?
Yes.
Yes, just to keep the power functioning.
Then in 10 years, 100 billion. Yeah. In 10 years.
Billion.
In 10 years. In 10 years, yeah.
In 10 years.
Yeah.
Imagine. And government has been spending a lot subsidizing this power for many years. So there should be a investigation panel to go into this, because there are some lukewarmness within this power sector that will not allow things to work. Our systems are not working. Look at the refinery. They didn't put it in order. I had a news that it was, why are we suffering? It's just because the export of our BMS, that the other countries are putting their industries working on that. So that is one of the factors that is affecting us. Is it not the challenge we are saying?
Maintenance, yeah.
Yeah, maintenance culture over there that resulted to this challenge we are facing. Because when we go there to import fuel, they say that they are maintaining their refineries, and we have 4 refineries here. We can't put them in order.
Right.
So the system is not working. And finally, the issue of corruption has become order of the day. You did. God bless you. I pray that
Thank
God
you.
will put this country in order.
Amen. And I believe that too, Moses. I mean, the issue of corruption, I guess it's very recurrent. It's becoming it's an household name now. Everybody talks. It's just like it's no new thing. You hear, oh, somebody stole money, or some allegedly stole money, somebody allegedly laundered money. Oh, it's not new. It's just a daily conversation. It's really sad. Hello, good morning.
Morning, good work.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, always with madam.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Oh, God.
Yes, please. Good morning.
This is Bright.
Bright. All right. Yeah. All right, Bright.
Oh, God.
Let's have your thoughts. Yeah.
They say in Nigeria, if you feel something, you say something, Abby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In Nigeria, if you catch, if security agencies catch people that are kind of like Indian or this Yahoo boys, they will bring television people. They will televise it, and everybody will see their faces. So many years, UAE provided the people that are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. Now, the same people are telling us they are freezing accounts of people who are sponsoring terrorism. Who are those people? Who are those people? And they want ordinary citizens, when they say that, they say, you that is the government that we handed our destiny into their hands. You cannot say it. And they tell us to believe in you. Look, government is not being run on propaganda. Now again, look at, they say dollar is coming down and the prices of fuel are rising. And we are blaming the citizens that they are to cost the goods they sell in the market are high. Who is deceiving who? Look, let me tell you. Okay, look at NEPA now. They are telling us that unless we pay higher, then otherwise we will not get electricity. Is it not when you provide the electricity, when you provide the goods, pay for the value of the goods? It's not so in Nigeria. Propaganda doesn't run government. It's not that people don't live in government, but tell us, and it's not this one, the one that is annoying is that it's not that BDB is handing over to ABC. This one is APC to ABC. Who are the people sabotaging the government again? If you are running from APC to APC and you are still deceiving yourself, you are criticizing yourself, you are bigger than saying there is no occupancy. The ones that are giving you, you have not done anything. You are talking about Nigeria.
All right, thank you, Bright. I tell you, I know, I get that. Quite a lot to handle right there. Well, let's keep bringing it on. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's a lot, to handle at a time like this. I don't know. I don't even know how you coped getting to work today, right? I don't know how you did it, but I want to say, if you did it, if you made it, God bless you. It's just what I need to say. I have to let that out, yeah? I have to let that out. It is real out there. I don't think anybody right now in Nigeria would not have the rain falling on their roofs, yeah? Well, still on. As it stands right there, okay, before I intimate you on this, or rather, let's just go straight into it, because the Minister of Power, in the person of Adebayo Adelabu, said yesterday had warned that there would be a total blackout in the country in the next 3 months if the proposed electricity hike is not implemented. That sounds to me as though there is some threat talk right there. But then the minister, while appearing before the Senate Committee on Power at an investigative hearing over the recent electricity tariff hike by the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, had made that statement, but they followed a very stern and strong rejection for the new tariff regime by the Senate Committee led by Senator Enyinaya Baribe. Well, Adelabu had said that the entire sector would be grounded if we don't increase the tariff. But what we have now in the next 3 months, the entire country will be in darkness if we don't increase tariff. Well, it says that the increment will catapult us to the next level, and that we are all also Nigerians. We are also feeling the impact. It said the sum of $10 billion is needed yearly for the next 10 years to revive the nation's power sector and nip in the bud the challenges bedeviling it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
God bless you. My name remains Apostle.
Okay, awesome.
Yes,
Welcome.
My take goes like this. This court that compelling this multi-choice and whatever not to increase. That's a good step in the right direction.
Right.
But the best option they will do, they digress again to tell them that we in Nigeria, we don't have life. Let them do it pay as you go. It will go a long way. It will go a long way. We don't have life. So let it be pay as you go. And another thing I want to say is this. this AU and ECOWAS, who Nigeria are a member of it, are they not hearing what is happening in this country called Nigeria? They increase our fuel, we don't see fuel. They increase the light, we don't see light. On daily basis, you are walking on the street, kidnapper will kidnap you. They can't call the government in the authority to do something so that but if anything happened that anybody said that they don't want to become a member of this country called Nigeria, they will catch him and put him inside prison. They want to say so. Yeah, this ECOWAS, they must rise up and call Tinubu to order that the things are not working the way we expected it.
Right.
Thank you and God bless you.
All right,
Daniel.
Apostle Osalai, thank you so much for that one right there. Well, you've made your point as loud and clear. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Alamin, right?
Yeah.
All right.
From,
all right, welcome aboard. Let's have your take.
That's for you. My question is just one. Why is it that in Nigeria, whatever it is that has got out of government hand is always a big challenge to us? And we keep saying government has no business, has nothing to do with business. Government has nothing to do with business. Since they sell what do we call it, NITEL. Did you hear about NITEL today again? If not for GSM that later came in, did anybody hear anything like NITEL anymore? Okay, I have been asking this question that when we are privatizing this electricity to Genco and Disco and whatever, then that time, who are even the people controlling? Who are the owners of this country? Did Nigeria know the owners of this country? And what was the rule of engagement within the government and the private sector then that time, before this thing was handed over to them? What is the problem? Because I remember when this thing is still under government, we don't have this challenge of electricity like the way we are having it today. And secondly, okay, now we have the regulated oil sector. You see the kind of problem we are facing again. And what is this in Nigeria, for God's sake? Then who are these people managing this sector? What are the rules of engagement within the government and these people and this company? Because if it is no longer feasible, why can't government just recover our property back for us? Because we are no longer enjoying this thing that we so-called let every private sector take over so that they can manage everything very well. Where is the management? Thank you. Have a good day, my brother.
All right, thank you, Alamin, right there. I mean, the question of why, the why question right there is the same question that many of us, each and every one of us, keep asking, at a time like this, and we seek answers. And then you've asked the question of not just why, you've asked the question of who. And this who cuts across not just the power sector, not just the health sector, not just the education sector. It cuts across not even the economic sector as well. What about the security sector rather? What about that? The who's? And that's what Nigerians been asking. You said you've done your investigations. Who are these people? Who are these people selling us out? Who are these people sabotaging the community wealth of Nigeria? Right? Who are they? Nobody's talking about it. And then the respective authority, as at the last knowledge and information that I have, was that, naming them, or naming and shaming them at this point. I think this was during the Buhari administration. Naming and shaming them at this point will only allow for, it will hamper on the investigation and all of that. So we are not naming and shaming now. We are just doing our investigation on the ground, what has come out of all of those investigation. I'm hoping that the Tinubu administration would have the political will to bring and name these people, bring them out in the light, because we want to know them. Nobody's talking about jungle justice. We just want to see their faces and say, so you are the ones who are destroying and destabilizing this country. Maybe then we can begin to start afresh and begin to have a better understanding, a new memorandum of understanding between the government and and the people. Because as it is right now, if you're not bringing the people to culprit, if you're not showing us their faces, giving us their names, what are we doing exactly? Where is the transparency? Where is the carrying along that we beg to see? Carrying along should not even be something each and every one of us should be begging for. It's something that should come to us if the government is indeed saying that, hey, I want to build trust with you, my people. But anyways, hello, that's a miss. Okay, let's just take this and then we go into the WhatsApp portal. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, please.
Yes, my name is GB.
Yeah, right, GB, welcome aboard.
Yes. The Yabelo supporters protected at EFCC office.
Yeah.
I don't think that is necessary. The Yabelo should go and get his lawyers and let them come and defend him with sound evidences. Protecting at EFCC cannot stop the prosecution. The law says he is innocent on the crime guilty. When Okorosha was being shunted, that they even went to his roof of his house and removed the roof to carry him to EFCC. He did not carry protester. He went to court with lawyers and they defended him, and because he has no case to answer.
Right.
So that is what Yabelo need now, not all those protesters outside there. If not, then you face the consequences. You will face of the offenses if they can confirm it with their own evidence with EFCC. So I advise them to stop all those protests. Make matter worse for him. You get good lawyers, go to the court, defend yourself, and let the court decide on it.
All right.
I mean, that's a rule of law.
Okay, you might want to be fast with this one now. You might want to be fast. You might want to be fast now, please.
Salary upgrade. That is a good one.
Yeah.
And NLC president was there yesterday. He was asking for 700-something thousand. I will have to reject the 70,000. They did not reject it. They are even copying for Dango for Obaseki. That means that all that they are asking for 700,000 is just a ruse. They are not really serious. They are not really factual. Nobody can pay 70,000 naira or 500,000 naira for minimum wages in Nigeria. They can't be lower than 50, and 70 is still okay.
Well, let's not be let's not already think that be conclusive on that already. I mean, but anyways, thank you, GB. So let's get on to other family members. Yeah, thank you so much. Right, and I see your call still coming through, but let me very quickly get on to the WhatsApp portal as it is with me. I'd like to always start with the messages first, and then I'll get to the voice notes. Right? Okay, so this one right here. Yeah, this one right here says, okay. Says, good morning, UD, good morning to you. How are you doing? Very well. Our government said we should pay tariff hike or face blackout. It's a bop. It's a bop? Okay, didn't quite get that. Ignore shame to them. I don't get that. Sorry. UD, please, what happened in Tanzania in the power sector? Small Tanzania, yet we call ourselves giant of Africa. We are now the ant of Africa. I don't belong into the ant region, but don't be angry. We may not be giants yet, or maybe sleeping giants would be nice. That's why we want them to wake up. Well, the GI is gone out. We need $10 billion to fix light in 10 years. 1010, magic number. Okay, another way to siphon our money. They must always bring out a way to steal and make their cronies rich. We have every resources to generate light in Nigeria. We have power. We have gas in abundance. Please, the Minister of Power should honorably resign. He's a doctor, not an engineer. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Jojo. Joseph from Piakasa chatting from Aso Drive right now. Thank you, Jojo. Okay, he said he's a lawyer, not a doctor. Okay, I get that. I was a guy. He says he has no place in the power sector. Okay, now let's get on to this one. It says, good morning, UD. Good morning. I keep saying corruption is not our issue in this country. The constitution is absolutely corrupt and below our politicians. Except we create a working and advanced constitution that gives more and absolute powers to the local government, then we're still joking about development. Take UK as a case study. Every local government are competing with positive energy. All right, didn't quite give me your names right there. What is your name? Please, next time, let me know your name, or better still, sending that name so that we know you as a member of the family. But I see this one now. It says, my brother Udrak Daniel, good morning to you and your crew members in the studio. Good morning to you too. Says, and good morning to all the listener and caller of this great and wonderful radio station. Thank you. Says, this is Samuel from Kuje. This fuel wahala is getting out of hand. My brother UD, some of us can no longer drive our cars, nor can we use our generators in our houses, since power is now for the highest bidder. How did we get here, please? Same question I'm asking. Now, children are back to school. Some parents find it too difficult to settle their children's school fees. Businesses are closing down. Our farmers are afraid to go to their farms because terrorists will not allow them. I ask again, how did we get here? I rest my case. Have a great day. Uduak Daniel Samuel, you say that one from Kuje. How did we get here? If you ask me, I mean, quite a number of Nigerians are asking that question. And I'm also sure that Mr. Isaac Aku would have asked that question too if I'd, had that conversation with him. Right. Okay, no problem. I see that. I know what you're saying. Okay, they're giving me directions and all of that. I know what to do. Thanks. Anyways, though, let's get on to the WhatsApp portal now. Yes, the WhatsApp portal, and begin to take your voice messages. Please, always enjoying you. Please keep it short and simple. It's very important you do so.
Good morning, Uduak Daniels. Good morning to Bibi Blessing. Good morning to Suleiman Navulani. I greet you. I greet Abubakar from Gwagwalada. I greet Felix from Lambata. Donatus from Niger State. My name is Alasi. Fuel scarcity. Me, I told you on Saturday, I have to buy fuel at the rate of 1,200 naira per liter. I bought 20 liters at the rate of 24,000 naira. Uduak Daniel. In Abuja here, I bought it because I close late and I have no choice than to buy black market. So these are what people are going through. If it's happening in Abuja, you can imagine what will happen in Katsina, Sokoto, Maiduguri, Kebbi, and other places. They may even be buying at the rate of 1,500 naira per liter. And this is the country that will have the president as the minister of petroleum. He have two ministers of downstream and upstream sector. And still up to now, you can imagine what is happening. Melekeri promised us that in the next 2 weeks, our refinery will start work. What happened? So these are the challenges we are facing. So come to the issue of Adelabu. Just hear what the minister of power is saying. He's saying $10 billion for 10 years. Who are they sure whether they were going to even come for the second time? So these are the challenges. So they should not do the needful. Make electricity steady. I make mention of Qatar. They are not up to 3 million. They generate 40,000 megawatts. Algeria, they are just 35 million. They generate 33,000 megawatts. Morocco, they have different means of generation. They generate through hydro, solar, and wind. And they have steady. See, I'm telling you, do you know that Tanzania have to off their power because of excess power? They have a lot of power. They don't even know what to do with the power. That is Tanzania. They have to shut down their powers, their generation, because they have excess power. But look at us, the giant of Africa. I call ourselves a sleeping giant that can't help himself. Thank you.
All right, that's Selassie right there. Let's get on to yet another one.
Good morning, my brother Uduak.
Good morning to you.
My name is Don. I just tuned in this morning and I heard when you were talking about we should stick to facts. I agree. Yeah, it is right we talk about facts.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Uduak, I want to ask, what is really the fact? Because in Nigeria, it is difficult to determine what fact is. Really, government is not. You don't even trust what is coming from the government. There has been times that people fact-checked government and discovered they were actually lying. But in most cases, we are here and we are being told to stick to the fact. My question again is, what is really the fact? Because Nigerians are not dumb. They see and hear what is going on. But in most cases, when you want to talk about it, the fourth realm of governance or the government who are supposed to put pressure on government to do the right thing are actually the one pushing the people to make them, stay down. I don't know. Yes, in order to make sure that the country stays this thing. But truth remains that until the people do what they are supposed to do, until the people hold the people in government to account, nothing is going to change. I listened to I saw the headline that is talking about we're going to need 10 billion yearly in order to fix the power sector. Now the question is the 10 billion actually the problem of the Nigerian power situation in Nigeria? For me, I don't think it is. It is not. Until we hold this, until we have a checks and balance in Nigeria, I want to assure you, I have repeatedly said that nothing is going to change. Billions and trillions of naira have been, pumped into different areas, and of course, you don't see any results commensurate to the distance they are showing. Road construction in Nigeria is the most expensive anywhere in the world. I sometimes, I say the media are really sleeping. In other climes, these are the people that put pressure on government because they are the mouthpiece of the people. They are the one who knows how to hold the government to account. But unfortunately for us around here, well, I just hope we'll get it right, like I always say, before it's too late. Thank you and have a blessed one.
Thank you so much, Don, for that. I must confess to you that, look, the media isn't sleeping. The media is working. In fact, it's the media that allows for some of these discourse and conversations to come up. And we've seen some successes here and there where we've talked about certain things, and these things have been upturned, from what they were before, right? But then I always say it, look, don't be like the same people that we talk about. That's my point. It's not about what the NBC says. It doesn't matter what whatever regulatory commission for the media is saying. That's not my point. My point is the responsible and civil thing to do is base it on facts. Simple. This is where I got my information from, and this person will be there to answer. Now, okay, this is what I said, and this is where I'm getting it from, and that's it. That is fact. So let's not throw the society into chaos. And then where the government lies, we will be here to speak about it. And yes, we will still speak about it in a very civil and responsible way. That's what it is. So we don't become like the same people that we pointing out, for doing a wrong.
Good morning, Udwak.
Yes, good morning, please.
What Obaseki did in Edo State, I believe is the best decision so far.
Right.
It has done well by increasing the minimum wage to 70,000. I think that is the best thing for Edo Light. So everybody should appreciate the governor, not by vilifying him, because they don't know the new governor that is coming. He might decide not to implement it and nothing will happen. So if the governor have decided to raise minimum wage to 70,000, I think it's a welcome development.
Right.
They should support him. He's going out. He's going to do that for Edo people. So I don't know why some people will call and say you want to take Edo money. How will he take Edo money when somebody is going out and he has implemented this wage? He has increased it and is going to implement it before leaving office. So it's something that needs to be commended. Thank you. I'm Joe from Maraba.
All right, all the way from Maraba right there. Well, yes. Well, I think the concern has been about the fact that with 6 months to leave office, Obaseki is unveiling even a 30-year plan for Edo, a 30-year plan. And the concern is, where was this plan when you got in as the governor and all of that? And then you're putting out 70,000 naira as the new minimum wage for Edo State. Good, but is it sustainable when the other administration comes in? Will they sustain it? Well, that's a concern. But to our Facebook page, well, right, I'm just going to take this one, then I'll take another voice note, and then we call it a close. If we still have time, we'll take one more message. It says the federal government and all the relevant bodies should act fast to address the current fuel scarcity and fuel hike to ameliorate the plight of average Nigerians. Honestly, the poor masses are suffering in this country. Which way Nigeria? May God help us. Ozor Francis Namani, all the way from Enugu State. It says, watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Says, good morning, my analyst in the studio. Congratulations to Finidi George for his appointment as the coach of Super Eagles. However, I don't see his appointment as a wise choice, but I wish him well. Okay, wish him well is the way to go. So let's just hear from Honorable Edwards.
Mr. Edward, good morning. Yeah, my name is Honorable Edward from Napo. Mr. Edward, there's something I noticed about this our minister of power. Since he took over as a minister, so many things have been happening there. The statement coming from him is always bad. The government said, without increasing tariff, there will be darkness in the whole Nigeria. Does it mean before he was appointed, there was no light in Nigeria? I think we were having up to 50% or 40-something% or thereabout. So even if we can maintain our tariff like this, we'll still have light. But what we're looking for 24 hours light. Has he ever mentioned anything? Must he increase the tariff? This is what we're going to consume. Before you increase any price, you provide. You buy. If you go to buy yam in the market now, will you pay and then for the president to go and start farming? No. He should go ahead and do it anyway. After all, he has the opportunity as a government appointee to do it. Why is it that the man is already talking bad about later he will come and apologize 30 times? What sort of thing? That man should just resign. We have so many people. Look at this man from Abia. Look at what the former minister. Look at what he has done to Abia State. So I don't like hearing this step, but we need to move forward. We're completely behind. Against this cabal. Now EFCC have discovered the account. How many accounts? We have been saying this, that dollar, all those things. Okay, there was a cabal. People were eating from us. We take it while we're suffering. They are comparing with the poor. They call the poor and the rich. They are comparing them with what they have in their own pocket. With the poor doesn't have that money. If you go to buy food now as it's going, that's 900, 800. Who will buy that food? Things will increase more. And who is going to suffer? The poor, because they have the money. These people should consider the poor. They should consider the poor. I congratulate the governor that won the primaries and the certificate that what's his name? I shoot him yesterday. He deserves it. Thank you and God bless you.
Yeah, okay. Well, and I'm just going to breeze in with this one because Vicky Vika's here is already 7:59. I should bolt out. But then, Governor, this one said, good morning to you, UD, and all the Eagles family. Good morning to you. I wish every Nigerian good luck with this country. No need for comments again. The government will dole out more hardship if we commend. And this says, so good luck to everyone. Well, Fortune from Wipecamp. Fortune, well, good luck to each and every one of us, and including you. But the truth is, when the rain falls, it falls on your roof too as well, all right? But that does not mean that we should stop talking. We will keep talking until the change comes, right? Vicky Vic is already standing by. Wouldn't know if it's on the sidelines or on the front lines or above the lines, but whatever the lines may be, I just want to know that it's a win-win for each and every one of us, because at exactly 8 o'clock, which it is already, he's going to be here to take you on a tour on Eagles Wings. And this time, it will be about sports. His voice will be the next after mine. Don't go away.